Good morning, welcome back to Tea with Jan. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to brew up some tea and have a bit of chat like friends do, right? So if you're interested in just having a casual cup of tea with a friend, here is your place. And we usually chat about a few things, and I'm very excited to be able to announce the winner of last week's little tiny sharing my tea with you giveaway. Let's get started. First up, we're going to try Candy Cane Crush. And I remember I've tried this before, but I don't quite remember. I don't know. Things are a little fuzzy right now. And I got my handy dandy Sadler little pink teapot that I absolutely adore. I think this is adorable, so now the Candy Cane Crush came as a sample from DAVIDsTEA. Get it all in there. Get it in. See what it says. Candy Cane Crush Minty Holiday Classic. 3 to 5 minutes, and it's a black tea with white chocolate, peppermint candy, snowflake candies, so just all kinds of goodness. All right. I am very excited to eventually talk about my new kettle and review it with you guys. But let's get this steeping. 3 to 5 minutes, so we'll do 4 minutes. Hey, set a timer for 4 minutes. All right, so we have 4 minutes to have a little bit of a chat. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was, if you leave me a comment down below, which I always read, and to date, I have always replied to everybody. Yeah, so anyways, clearly I am a human being, and what you say does, impact me either for good or for bad. And I'm not saying that this thing impacted me good or bad, but it did have an impact in our household because it brought up conversation, which I think is so great. And I think that's what I like about this is that, getting to know everybody and, communicating. And I know it's virtual tea, and being an introvert, this is the best kind of tea. No, but seriously, so somebody had made a comment on the calendar for DAVIDsTEA, that video that I did for the 24 days of tea. And they actually said how I pronounced the word ADVENT, that I pronounced it with an A and not an E. And I mean, I hope I didn't irritate them, because I know that that can be very, difficult if you're trying to watch something and you're trying to consume what they're trying to say, and if their words are all off. So the funny thing is that I said to my wife, how do you say that word? And she said, how did she say it? I should have recorded this. She said, Advent. And I said, how do I say it? And she said, you say Advant. And I was like, really? So we went back and forth, and I guess then she ended up saying, well, you say this, this way, and it should be that way, and you say this that way. It's very funny. And we had a good chuckle about it, but I thought it was very funny. And the thing is that I think for me is that I think I'm saying something correctly, and I have no clue. Because in my brain, I'm actually hearing it how I think it's being said, and it takes me a bit to understand where somebody's coming from when they're saying, I say it one way and it should be another way. So one of the things was that so let me back this trolley up a little bit. So when I was a kid, one of my brothers used to tease me, my brother Rick, used to tease me for the way I used to say S-P-O-O-N. I actually used to pronounce it spoon, like with an M instead of an N. And I couldn't hear the difference. And he'd be like, you're saying spoon. And I'm like, uh-huh. And he's like, you should say spoon. And I'm like, uh-huh. And he's like, but you're saying spoon. And I'm like, mm-hmm. Because in my hearing, in my brain, I was hearing the exact same word. So it was as if somebody was saying, you should be saying spoon. And you're saying spoon. And you should be saying spoon. But you say spoon. I was just like, what to frig? Like, what is happening here? The other word that I couldn't pronounce as a child was pillow. Wow, that's our timer already, you guys. So when I was a kid, I had trouble speaking certain words, just certain words. But the worst thing was that I couldn't hear that I was saying them wrong. I wonder if this is gonna stay. I think so. All right, let's get this pouring. I think I picked a little bit of a tiny strainer for today, but a couple little things got through, but I'm okay with that. Isn't this a beautiful teacup? So of course this is an Ainsley. Let's try this. It's nice. It's very light. I actually measured out to make sure that I was putting the right amount of water in for it, and I did, but anyways. So the other night, you know, we were chatting and we were going back and forth about, you know, the different ways that I say things. And then she said, you also say to instead of the at times. And I was like, what? Like, no, I don't. And she said, you know, for the abbreviation or for the word WTF, she said, I say to and everybody else says the. So if you were to say what the, I guess I say what to. Just like, there are words that I just find difficult to say, and that's why a lot of my videos end up saying words are hard. Words are hard, you guys. So are there any words that you guys can't say that, you know, you might make me feel a little bit better? Please feel free to share them. I'd love to hear and love to know that I'm not the only one that has trouble saying and pronouncing words or hearing the pronunciation of words. I guess that's the better way to think about it. Words are hard. It's gonna be like, you know, my life motto, words are hard. I would love to share some tea with you guys, and I know we can only do it virtually, but I would love to send somebody out a little bit of tea and a nice note. So, you know, a couple bags or two of tea that I am currently enjoying, and we'll see if you like them too, because who doesn't like fun mail? So if you're interested, just leave me a comment down below and I'll announce the winner next week. While we're doing this, let's announce the winner for last week right now. So thank you so much for playing along. Thank you for commenting. It really does mean a lot to me, and it does help out my channel. One of the other things that helps out my channel is actually subscribers. And it allows my video to, you know, meet more people, which, you know, is always great. So if you're interested, I would love for you to subscribe and follow along. And of course, leave that comment down below if you want to win some good mail. A little piece of good mail for me, because isn't that great? Or I hope it is. All right, as we continue on through the weeks, I hope I can continue to chat with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment down below, and I will see you next time. Bye. Words are hard.